Is this the studio that you're recording?
Yeah, this is the one. This is where I recorded Touch Me, the single, about a year ago now, and most of the album. And apparently Billy Ocean sang When the Going Gets Tough, the tough get going here, so they think it's a bit lucky, you know, so they stick me in all the time.
It's a real hit studio now then, isn't it?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
kind of tracks coming out of it.
And Ruby Turner's as well, Ruby Turner's hit. She sang it in here.
Was Touch Me the first time you'd sung?
Well, not really. I had a bash at it when I was 16, which was quite exciting because I was still at school at the time, and I don't know, making a record at 16 was quite unbelievable. Telling your mates, you know, I've made a record, and I even remember going to the shops looking for it and asking in disguise, "You got Samantha Fox's record?" And they say, "No, love, never heard of it." And I come out really sad, but well, that record was released, and, you know, it's probably still out there somewhere. Someone bought it, I'm sure of it.
Could be worth a fortune now.
Could be.
Collector's item. Used to a camera, but not necessarily a film camera. So making Touch Me your first video, was that exciting, nervous, stroke, good fun, disaster?
No, I tell you what, I couldn't sleep the night before. I was so excited I couldn't sleep. I just wanted to get on that set and do it. I do love the camera, and by being a model, I think it's helped me in a way because I'm not shy of them, not in any way. And although it was my first video, I think it'll probably always be my favourite. It's like my first photograph, you know, it always brings back memories. But I really enjoyed doing that because we had the crowd there. And I went on the telly the night before asking for 1,000 kids to come. And, well, we had a lot of people turn up, a bit more than we imagined, and we had police there and everything. Yeah, it was good fun.
That must have been quite a buzz, though. I mean, you probably expected just a number of people to turn up, then to actually get mobbed on your first video.
No, it's good because there was a lot of talk at the time about the single getting banned. So I think a lot of the kids turned up to see what all the fuss was about, you know, to see really what the song was like and what I was going to do when I performed it. Because the record was quite sexy, we completely did the opposite. We just did a very much a performance video, jeans and all the jean jacket, and just did a great performance. I felt it was important for me to do that sort of video for a first single, so people can see that you're visual as well as, you know, not visual, but you can perform as well as just stand behind a microphone and sing.
Did you fall off the rope?
Yes, I did actually. Well, you know, it's like when you do a video, you don't only just do one shot. You got to do, let's say, for that one sequence where I'm just swinging, 8 times, 9 times. So by the end, or the 8th time, I just was going along and I thought, I can't hold on any longer. And it went, and I fell on all these kids' heads.
So you're not going to try and audition for the part of Jane in a Tarzan movie at some stage?
No, everyone said that afterwards, I was worried about the kids because I really did fall on them. But apparently someone told me afterwards they didn't mind because they said, "Oh, when I go home, I'm going to say, Samantha Fox fell on my head, Mum." You know, it's quite funny.
Is it difficult to work in such a disciplined way?
No, it's not, because sometimes directors are normally quite imaginative anyway and normally got a good sense of humour. We never pick directors who are boring, you know what I mean, and arty-farty and, "Oh, darling, shush, we've got to get this shot done." Normally, the directors we choose are really good fun. But me and the director know when it's time to laugh and when it's time to work. And we both know, we both give each other a little look, which means, come on, back to work. You know, they normally give me the look the most of the time, though. I'm normally the one mucking about. I can't help it.
Just how successful was Touch Me?
Well, very successful. It was one of the top-selling singles in Europe last year by staying in the chart for 36 weeks, which is wonderful. In America, it went to number 4. The album went gold. I'd say it was number 1 in about 15 countries.
So then you went on to do Do Ya Do Ya. Was it the same band lineup?
Well, because it was quite a rocky song, a different image, totally different song to Touch Me. There's this band called the Cherry Bombs, and they've got this, I think, a wonderful image. I've seen lots of photographs of them. And they're very glamorous, sort of headbangers, if you know what I'm saying. They're not sort of the normal, I don't know, they're just very good looking. They wear lots of makeup, got long hair, and they move really well. So we used those, and they really enjoyed it.
Are they friends of yours now?
Yeah, we keep in contact. And actually, on the new album, on the Samantha Fox album, there's been a ballad written for me by Hannah Rocks, because they used to be Hannah Rocks before, and now they're Cherry Bombs. So yeah, I mean, they're quite pleased I've recorded a record which was written by them. Yeah.
Is it easy to travel around the world, to make videos, to make songs, to be photographed so much, and to pick up friends within the environment that you're working? Or do you have to be a little bit
It's difficult. There's two reasons why it's difficult. One is that you're never in a place long enough maybe to make a real good friend. Like when I went to the States to do promotion, I was there for 5 weeks, but I was in different states every day, more or less. Sometimes I was on 3 planes a day. So I didn't really have time to make a friend. And then the other difficulty is really because I am very well known and you don't know whether people really want to know you for who you are or what you are, do you? But I'm normally a very good judge of sussing people out that way. And as Winston Churchill once said, you're lucky if you can count all your friends on one hand.
Anyone who's going to the limelight, as you have, has got to be aware of the image, the way they look, the clothes you wear.
Sometimes you record a TV show which goes out maybe in 3 months' time. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think, well, is it going to be summer in 3 months' time, or is it going to be winter? Because I've done programmes, like maybe panel programmes, where I've gone on this real summery outfit and it's shown at Christmas and I look like a complete Wally sitting there, you know, like beautiful sundress on and it's like snowing outside when it's shown. So you've got to think of that all the time, and I'm getting that way. I'm getting quite good actually, but really I'm not very good at coordinating clothes or even trying to think what to wear sometimes. I ask my mum every day.
So is your mother responsible for the Sam Fox look?
She is. Mummy came up with the idea to cut the hole in my jeans and my bum. It all started off as a joke. I had a hole in my knee and Mum said, you can't wear them, everybody's wearing them, you know. You've got to do something different. So I said, well, what then? She said, cut a hole in the bum, and she said it'd be cheeky. And I said, yeah, right. And I did it. I did a cover for the NME, and there was a hole in the bum of my jeans, and they made a thing out of it. They focused on that bit, and it went on the front cover, and a lot of people wrote in and had a great response. Everybody was asking the photographer if he could send some prints, and the record company got hold of him and said we'd like to use it as the album cover. So he was very pleased. He gave the tranny, and what we did watercolour on it. We made it look a bit different. And it became a whole fad over Europe. All of a sudden, there was lots of kids ripping up their jeans, and Mum's writing me letters saying, you know, I just bought my Johnny a new pair of jeans, and now he's ripping them up.
Did America expect something different to your European image?
Well, when I went to America, it was like starting off again for me because nobody knew me at all. It wasn't as if I had that little bit of help, the Samantha Fox name, things like that. Well, they would say, well, who is this girl? So I went over there with a tape, and it had all my Joan Rivers interviews, Terry Wogan's, when I presented that current affairs programme for a little while. Just things I did more as a personality, more as a singer before I was singing, so that America could just see it's not just another blonde making a record. This is a girl who's, you know, she's a personality in Great Britain. She's a celebrity. She's very well known. And a lot of the TV people were quite impressed with the interviews and things like that. So they gave me a job as a VJ for 2 weeks on MTV, which is like a video disc jockey. And I loved it. I really did. And a lot of people were writing in saying they liked my accent and things like that. And I started getting a few film offers, and it just went mad, and the record just started going up the charts.
Your first screen kiss, how was it?
It all looks very glamorous, you know, the end scene kissing away, but you've got to kiss about 20 times to get it right. Then it sounds stupid. I just thought it was an excuse so this boy could keep on kissing me. No, it was quite funny, really, because we did cast for the kiss, and I was just looking really at their lips and their mouth. I mean, just having a look.
So this is a sordid inside details.
I know, it's silly. I was thinking, oh, if I got to kiss this guy 20 times, I want to make sure he's got a nice set of teeth at least. It was quite funny. The first time, they wanted it like the old Rudolph Valentino type thing where he swings the girl and kisses her. And the first time he was so nervous. I mean, and so was I must admit, I was nervous. I mean, I've been singing all day and that doesn't bother me at all. And all of a sudden, I had to kiss a perfect stranger. And he swung me over and he trod on my toe. So as he gone to kiss me, my mouth's wide open. He probably thought, oh, God, is it that sort of kiss, is it? So I'm going, I was going, you're on my toe. The director's going, cut, do it again. He had size, 11 feet. And mine are only size 3, and it killed me.
Strange thing about the business you're in is that he'll go off to his home and you'll go to an airport and jet off to some exotic location. Doesn't it begin to boggle your mind after a bit?
Yeah, it does. Because at the age of 21, I've travelled the world, and it's it's like reaching all my ambitions at the age of 21. And lots of people do say, don't worry, what else are you going to do? I mean, you're 21 now. What else is there left for you? But there is many things left for me to do. And it is kind of strange looking back and thinking of the places I've been. In America, they're so over the top. And in a way, I do look forward to getting back to England for a bit of realism sometimes. Back to the East End and have some fish and chips, you know. I mean, I look forward to things like that.
Let's take New York for starters,
Yeah.
because that'd be the first place that you'd have gone to have done some
That's
work,
right.
I guess. We've all heard of MTV over here. As soon as you arrived in New York, you jetted out to MTV and bang, you're on network TV across the whole States.
Didn't even know what New York looked like, but there I was speaking to the whole of it. Not only the whole of New York, but the whole of America. And then I used to come home to my hotel room of a night and put the television on and then see myself, because I used to record 2 shows a day. One would go out live and then you'd do another one would go out later in the evening. So I used to sit in our hotel room at 11 o'clock at night watching myself. It was quite funny because in a way I used to cringe because you're reading auto cues, so you're looking dead at the camera, you know. And the funny thing is about America, I know they speak the same language, but when they write differently to us. They use words so totally different. And when I introduced a video by ZZ Top, they put ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And I said, we don't say ZZ Top, we say ZZ Top. And that was quite funny because all the mistakes I made, well, because they recorded it like live, they kept in. So it was quite funny. Like when I introduced Billy Joel, I said, here's Billy Idol and things like that. And I kept going, oh, not really, I mean Billy Joel, sorry. And it was all kept in, so it's really good TV.
Oh, but that's your charm.
That way, I think you can get across your personality to the people out there. I mean, they say, that girl's human, she makes mistakes, which I like.
You're nicking our job being a VJ.
I do enjoy it, though.
So MTV one day and Japan the next.
That's right. Japan was quite wild, really, because they rang me at short notice and they said, oh, the record's really going well here and there's this real major TV. It goes out national and it's got millions of viewers. And if you do it, your record could go to #1. So you kind of think, I could fancy that. And #1 in Japan. Anyway, it was 2 days there. But really, it wasn't 2 days there. It was 18 hours flight, do the show, come back to the airport and 18 hours back. So I had double jet lag and it was the worst feeling in the world. But the best feeling was the week after when they said I was #1. And then I went back there for about a week, which is really nice. And then I got to meet the fans. A lot of people ask me what the Japanese fans like, is what they're like, because they're totally different to any other fans in the world. They're very dedicated. They spend all night, all day outside the hotel waiting for you. And when they meet you, they give you lots of presents and things like that, which is nice. I didn't realise the first time I received presents that it's a custom to give presents back. So at least the next time I went, I took like lots of junk jewellery and things like that, and gloves, leather gloves, bangles. And they're over the moon when you give them things like that.
Don't you think it's extraordinary that someone can say, go and do this one TV show and you'll be #1, and to find, bingo, you were? It doesn't normally happen, does it?
No way, it doesn't normally happen, but there was such a buzz in Japan. Well, first of all, I'm blonde and, well, let's say the word, a bit of a sex symbol, maybe. Yeah. I don't like saying that because I never know what it means anyway.
Right.
But, well, the image what was portrayed in Japan was very glamorous, put it that way. Really nice shots, lots of glossy photographs, because in Japan they make the single bags here just have one photograph on. In Japan they make gatefold sleeves, they make jackets, badges, everything. So all of a sudden Japan has got this image of me and it's going really well.
Let's remember just a little bit of that Japan trip now.
I'm Samantha Fox from the UK.
You extended your career as a singer as well as a model. Has it been a dream for you to become a singer?
Yeah, as I suppose. I think every kid wants to be a pop star when they grow up, you know. If you ask 10 children what do you want to be when they grow up, they all say, oh, I want to be a pop star. So it's kind of a dream come true, but so was modelling for me. When I was about 14, I wanted to be a model. And that was a dream come true. That's probably, if you said to me what's the best thing whatever happened to you, it's probably becoming a model, because, I don't know, it's so much competition in the modelling business. There's loads of pretty girls and I had the chance to do it.
So how do you feel about the big success of Touch Me?
Oh, excellent. You know, obviously, again, what we said, it is a dream come true, and it's very nerve-wracking because I was really famous in England for being a model. Everyone said to me, oh, I wouldn't release a single because people won't take you seriously. So I said, well, what's serious about the music business? To me, it's entertainment, and it's to make people listen and make them happy and dance to.
Who travels with you on trips to Japan, Australia, New York, wherever?
Most of the time, my dad does come with me because he manages me, and a lot of the time there needs to be business sorted out. And he doesn't really like to fill my head with that side of the business. He says, you just make sure you get on the stage and do your best. I don't want you to worry about those sort of things, which is nice. It takes a lot of the weight off my shoulders that way, you know.
What fantastic support you've actually had.
Yeah.
From family and close advisors and things.
Yeah.
A necessary commodity in your business.
Yeah, especially in this business, because you can be the most famous person in the world but the loneliest. I think one of the most important things is that I can get on television as much as I can and just let people know I am a human being and I like having a laugh and I like people talking to me. You know, I like friendship so much and I value that.
Do you go to sleep each night with a clear mind, or are things racing around in your head?
Most nights I do go to bed with a clear mind. The only times I toss and turn in my sleep is when maybe I'm worrying about what I'm going to wear the next day, as I said before.
Yeah.
It's terrible, isn't it? But no, I never get nervous over going on stage. The first time I went to Italy, I was on stage in front of 50,000 people, and I loved it. And I only sang 2 songs because it was like a festival, and there's lots of other acts. And after the second song, I didn't want to come off. I just wanted to stay there for another hour and just soak it all in, you know. It was brilliant.
So Sam Fox, performer on TV, stage, radio interviews, photo sessions, videos, really quite at home with yourself.
Yeah, it's not something someone can teach you. I think it's this big word called confidence. You've either got lots of it or you haven't. And it's also about knowing yourself. You know that when you're on that stage, you're going to make everyone enjoy himself. And most importantly, that I enjoy myself, because then people can notice that. And then you get these great vibes between you and that audience. If you're up there just standing there singing the song as if you don't really care, then that comes across, and that's when people are not going to be successful, you know what I'm saying? And then you won't go on and on.
You're really just a year into your recording career.
Yeah.
And you're giving me the indication that absolutely nothing's going to stop you now. You've just sort of made the beginning.
This is only the beginning, yeah. I mean, I can't really say I'm an established singer now after one album. If this next album's a worldwide hit like the last one, I can more or less sit back and think, right, I'm going to tour next year and it's going to be brilliant. And no one's going to forget it, you know.
Boats, planes, cars, horses, swimming. Enjoyable?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. The worst part about the driving in those mountains was, well, only 2 weeks beforehand I passed my driving test, so I was really nervous. And I only passed it in an automatic car. So I turn up to the location and the producer says, well, this is the car. And I looked at it, it was this sports car with 5 gears. And I thought, well, what do I do with that? I mean, what is that thing? What does it do? Anyway, I got in and I just went for it. I had a quick lesson in what was first and what was second. Put the seatbelt on and just went for it. But it was quite frightening because one shot was, well, the cameraman had to get on the front of the bonnet and film me, and I couldn't see where I was going. And I'm singing like this. I'm going, nothing's gonna stop me now. And I don't, looking like this, and I couldn't. It's like 1,000 foot like down. I would have been a goner.
A lot of people see you fronting the video because behind the scenes there's the crew, cameraman, sound, lights, you name it. They have to keep up with you. You must have had some quite good fun.
One of the funniest moments, I must say, was they needed a long shot. Well, like when I'm driving around the mountains, the director wanted a shot from an aeroplane above, so it just gives the general feel. It creates that I'm in Spain, I'm driving on mountains. So he gave me a walkie-talkie, so I'm in the car trying to drive with one hand, trying to do the gears with the walkie-talkie. Yes, Terry, yes, I'll just go around this corner, ooh, like this. And then I'm going, Terry, can you hear me? And I can't hear nobody, no one's talking to me, and I can hear, so I said, what's that noise? I thought it was interference on the walkie-talkie. And it's like the record company executive in the back of the plane throwing up.
Right.
But driving the boat was hard to sing because at the back of the speedboat it was so windy. So when you open your mouth, all the wind would go and you go, like this. So that was quite funny.
It's obviously a long day on a video shoot. Is it the same environment in the recording studio?
No, it's not so much fun because in the recording studio, it's quite serious. I mean, I've always said I don't take the music business seriously like a lot of people, but there's times when you do. The times when you take it seriously is really when you're in this room. First of all, it's costing you a fortune, and so you've got to think about time and people's time, so you've got to get the thing done. But once it's out in the shops, and it's out there, and it's playing in the discos on the television, then it's fun. But in here, everyone's quite serious, really.
The producer, the writers, musicians, people who all go to make the Sam Fox hits, all important. The relationship must be special.
Yeah, we're all really good friends. See, the good thing about this record company is that it's small, and that was the reason I signed with them. I didn't really want to go to a massive record company and be one of many artists. Here, when you've got a record release out, it goes on the wall, and everyone knows your record's out, and they say, "Good luck, Sam." Even they turn up at Top of the Pops, they come on the video shoots. They're just as much as into it as I am. And it's such a nice family atmosphere. So we are like that, and we all get on very well. When I had my birthday party recently, I invited the whole of the record company because I consider them friends, you know. They are good friends of mine.
Do you get a buzz seeing someone who's just bought your record?
Yeah, you know, you stand in the shop and it's like, God, someone's bought my record, and it's a marvellous feeling. And it's like at the same time, it's like when you first hear your record on the radio. You're sitting at home and like all your family there, and you just turn it up and you think, this is great, this is me.
As a little girl, did you actually see yourself one day being up on stage, with a guitar, a microphone, and a raunchy rock band behind you?
I used to be one of those kids who used to stand in front of the mirror with a pretend guitar and go, like, give it some of that, you know. I admit it as well. A lot of people admit singing with airbrushes and things like that, but I did do it. And at a very early age, at the age of 7, I went to a drama school called Anna Scher, where they teach you just basically, they bring you something out of you never knew you had. A lot of kids go there who want to find something, and a lot of kids have got a lot of talent. I think Spandau Ballet went there as well, but they're a little bit older than me and they don't remember me. And she taught me to project my voice on stage without using microphones and things, and I think I've learnt a lot from that.
We have a fantastic cable and satellite TV system set up.
Yeah.
And we're about to see some of the work that you did with Sky, just
That's
one
right,
of the
Sky
channels.
Channel, yes.
An instant voice box into Europe.
Yeah.
Millions and millions of homes.
Well, yeah, I mean, you go to 15 countries live.
Samantha, would you like to sit here, please?
Thank you.
Makeup, if you want. Touch up.
It's hot in here, eh?
10. Right.
Hello.
Hi Sam, I'm Peter. I'll be doing the interview.
Hello.
please.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Samantha Fox, sitting here for Sky Channel.
Let me just put this on here a second, just a little shield.
Oh, thank
We'll be
you.
talking mostly about the current single and then a bit about just the new album and stuff
Okay.
that's on that.
Well, we're standing by on the floor. If you want to give us a 5 seconds, we'll go. Right, in 5 seconds, yes?
Hi Sam, thanks for talking to us at Skytrax
You're
today.
welcome.
Massive success since March '86 with Touch Me. Tell me.
So from being beamed right across Europe, we now come all the way back to the East End for I Surrender to the Spirit of the Night. Back home.
That's right, yes. Well, I was born in the East End. I was brought up in North London, but going back to the East End and doing a video there was quite something. I really enjoyed it because lots of my videos have all been shot in very nice locations or in a studio. But this is what you call real rough and ready. The song is very aggressive anyway, and it needed that feel. In the video, we've got about 15 extras, all typically cast in the way of giving it atmosphere. Like there's 2 doormen, big guys, who the opening shot, they throw this guy into like this pile of rubbish. There's a tramp. There's a Marilyn Monroe lookalike just walking along. And there's all these characters just make the video really good.
A lot of action as well. Police
yeah, a lot of
cars.
action. Police cars screeching.
But shot at night.
Yes.
Really shot at night.
Well, I remember this day because I did Top of the Pops with Nothing's Gonna Stop Me Now. And I remember going home, grabbing an hour's sleep, and then having to go to the set in the East End to do Spirit of the Night. And I think I went on set about 12 o'clock midnight and didn't finish till 6 in the morning because we wanted to get dawn shots, things like that. That was quite something because I had to go work again that next morning, so I never slept for 2 nights. And it felt like a bad case of jet lag.
You mentioned that I Surrender is quite a raunchy track.
Yeah.
Venture to say the raunchiest that you've done.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's the way I like them. That I like, if I had my own way, I'd love to do an album of heavy rock music because I really like it. When I'm at home, I like to listen to groups like Bon Jovi. But this song is a combination of rock and dance. There's this really nice combination, and it's commercial at the same time. And that's the sort of music I'd love to carry on doing.
All good things come to those who want it eventually.
Yes, that's right. It's going to get better and better, I know it is.